Well, we're in the thick of it now. This full moon, which is a sturgeon super blue full moon, which means it's very close to the Earth, so it is having a much more dramatic effect on Earth. This super full moon is the catalyst for completing your soul contracts, your karma, even your life path. Remember, we had the timeline jump right after Lionsgate last week. And with this collective timeline jump, it puts us in timelines of different collective experiences with elections, with the economy, with the financial system. It puts us in the timelines of different journeys and outcomes that affect the collective of humanity as a whole. But we as individual humans, unique expressions of source energy, we are solely responsible for our own endings and beginnings. Welcome to your multidimensional journey. I am Tracy Canberra, and today we're diving into this full moon, into the energies that are closing out our soul contracts, our life path, our karma. There is so much change going on right now, and we are in the best place for it energetically. Now, with all of the symptoms that we've been having for the past couple of weeks, it's hard to believe that we can create a new life out of the dizziness and nausea and sleep or lack of sleep, especially with full moon. Full moons are not a time for sleep. They're a time for transformation. So let's start with soul contracts. A timeline jump necessitates completing soul contracts and stepping into new ones. This full moon is the catalyst to complete them. So what's required of you? Simply looking at your life, looking at what serves you and what doesn't. What's in your highest good? What's in your highest joy? What have you been putting off or what have you been wanting? And with the collective timeline jump, many of the contracts, even if they didn't feel complete, they're complete now. So understand that it is the time to make those completions, to close those doors, to be done with it. The divine feminine energy is on the rise. That's part of what's been happening astrologically in the past couple of weeks. So embrace the receiving. Whether you're a male or a female, you can be a beautiful powerhouse of receiving. So step into your power, uphold your boundaries, and take a good hard look at what your life is and what you'd like to change about it. And you're going to know which soul contracts are ending. Many people in sessions want to know about their soul contracts because they don't see them. But as we would say in Sedona, if something is really chaotic with someone else, we just shake our heads and go, oh, that's a soul contract. If it's intense, if it's chaotic, if it has a lot of ups and downs, if it is the opposite of stable and easy and joyful, that's a soul contract. So then you go inward and you ask yourself, which is asking your soul in the universe, how do I complete this soul contract? What do I need to do to complete this? Because I'm over it. I'm done. I'm ready to move on. Now, most of the time we ask and look for the signs, take everything as a sign. But sometimes it's a matter of commanding it. I am done with this soul contract. I am done with this situation. I am done with this person. I am complete. So even if you're not sure how to step away, how to close the door on a soul contract, if you know in your heart, in your mind, in your soul that you're done, then you state with 100% power, I am complete with this. And when you state that, when it's your intention, you start acting like you're complete with it. And that's what makes it fall away. So remember, things only get ripped away from us when it's time for them to be complete, but we're holding on. Attachments, resistance. When we are okay, when we accept that it's time to complete that, then we ask for ease and grace, we ask for love and compassion, and we expect that we're going to get past it, that the best is yet to come, that the best is right in front of us. So, completing soul contracts, whether you know they're soul contracts or not, is a matter of recognizing, assessing what you wish to change in your life, and asking for it to be complete or demanding. Sorry, I demand of the universe. We can say set your intentions, but I flat out demand. I am done with this. No more. I'm not participating in this any longer. Done. So you can demand, you can pray, you can set intentions, but you have to be willing to say it and follow through with it so you can step into the higher frequency that is now all around you. I do have videos on my YouTube channel of soul contracts. I have a meditation of completing karma on the full moon. I did it in May, but it's still very powerful now. And we'll talk about karma next. So I believe differently about karma because if it's parallel simultaneous realities, it can't be I was bad back then and I have to redeem myself now. The way I've always been shown karma by spirit is that the soul wants to have the experience 10 different ways. And because there is no duality, then it's simply I was killed in this life and I'm going to kill in that life and I'm going to save them in that life and I'm going to be unable to save them in that life. It's just experiencing it 10 different ways. But where it creates karma, as we humans tend to think of it, is in the patterns. I have a dear client that was expressing recently that she's having a hard time with someone that seems repelled by her and she doesn't know why. And so I asked her soul about lives that the two of them have had together, and they do have other earth lives together. And in the one earth life, this other person was her daughter, and she had her killed. It looked like an accident, and this was hundreds of years ago in this earth life, but it looked like an accident, and had her killed so that she could be the woman of the house, so she could control the purse strings and everything else. And so I don't know that the other person is aware of that life influencing this one. A lot of what I do in my intuitive soul coaching sessions is bring clarity to what's going on in your life and how to move past it. So when I told her about that life and the soul contract they had, she could better understand the energy of the other person and how it's influencing both of them in this life. But the interesting part was, while they did not have a soul contract in this life, it was just some blowover from another life that they're both experiencing. They do have karmic patterns. They've got karma because they're both reacting to each other based on the influence of that other earth life coming through. So it's the karma for her to complete. It's those karmic patterns for her to release. There's an exercise you can do to close out soul contracts and release karma. Write it down and do it yourself. And you can do it several times, especially across time, because remember, levels and layers. Every time we complete something, something else pops up. It's human nature. So the exercise is picture a long hallway with many doors on each side, and you slowly walk down the hallway. You can either choose one door to open and step through, or if you're really ready to complete your soul contracts and complete your karma, then I suggest opening each door and just looking inside. Stand in the doorway and look inside and note what you see. So each door will be a soul contract or a karmic pattern that you have with someone else or a group of someone else's. And when you see it and you see it played out, often from another life, often you'll see the point of the soul contract. As you see those things, that's when you stand in your power and your intention and you say, okay, I got it. I fully understand this soul contract, or I fully understand the karmic pattern that I have been playing out in this current life, and I am ready to complete it. Let's finish this. I am complete. I have a really awesome friend that does my vortex journeys in Sedona now that I've moved, and she works with Archangel Michael so that when you walk through a doorway and complete that soul contract or complete that karmic pattern, as you come out, Archangel Michael is waiting for you in the doorway, and he has a scroll, and you ask him to burn the scroll. Now, for me, because I wanted to be empowered about some of the soul contracts I ended, I join him in burning it. We use the violet flame together and we burn the scroll, and it is so symbolic because it turns to ashes, just like the soul contract, just like the karmic pattern. And then I step back and I feel lighter. I feel more free. I feel clear. And then you can go to another door or you can take a break and do it again tomorrow. It's whenever and however you feel it. So you are guiding your transformative self-healing ascension journey. Now, I've got one more self-guided meditation journey or exercise for you to do that Spirit taught a client and I during a session that I find very powerful. In this one, you are healing not only karmic patterns within relationships, but you are healing pain and grief and suffering, thus clearing everything. So what Spirit said is, humans are like squirrels with pockets of pain rather than nuts, hiding grief, patterns, trauma, etc. It is now time to fully pull it out and release it. You can start first by doing a chakra clearing where you go chakra by chakra within your body. Let's say the heart chakra. You take your hands in front of your heart with the palms facing out and pushing your hands away from your heart. You say, I lovingly give back all that is not mine. And then with your arms extended still, flip your hands towards you so that your palms now face you. And you bring them back to your heart saying, I lovingly take back all that is mine. So chakra by chakra within your body. And even if you want to do one for your mental body and one for your emotional body, it is, I lovingly give back all that is not mine. And I lovingly take back all that is mine. Once you have cleared and balanced yourself through that, then Spirit says, step into the next self-guided journey where you heal all of the relationship pain and grief and trauma and suffering. So you're going to do this on a name-by-name basis. And you can try it with some people that you don't feel that you've got karma with, or my suggestion, start with the people that you know there's still some crap there between you, okay? So you're saying to yourself, I turn to my relationship with X, being the person, and I gather all that I am holding in my body and my cells, and I lovingly release it. I watch it turn to golden sparkles of divine light within me as it rises up through my body, through my crown chakra, and returns to the cosmos, to pure source energy. You can return this to Spirit, to God, even to Gaia. But with each person you're thinking of, I turn to my relationship with them and I gather all that I am holding in my body and my cells, and I lovingly release it. For me, I literally picture these gold sparkles running around throughout my body, coalescing into my heart chakra and then moving up to my crown chakra at the top of my head and moving out, returning to source to be transmuted. And again, after this, you will feel lighter, more free, more spacious, more 5D. So repeat it with everyone you can think of, even if there aren't issues, just to do a clearing. So those are a couple of really good exercises to help you release karmic patterns, release soul contracts, and all of this serves to complete your life path. The soul comes in with a life path in each human life, and when you complete it, you are free to move into 5D, to ascend to the next expression of source energy. So that's the point. To complete your life path, it's often necessary to complete certain soul contracts and release karmic patterns. If you're interested in working with your soul and guides and angels to release all of this, then go onto my website and book an intuitive soul coaching session. I do soul spark retrievals. We go into other lives. I can show you where the influence is from other lives. You can see where you're headed and what choices you have to make. There's so much information from your soul in one of the sessions with me. Let me know in the comments below if you're listening on YouTube. Did you try either of these self-guided exercises, these meditative journeys? And how did you feel afterwards? Are you feeling this full moon? And are you taking action to step into your new life? We'll talk soon, beautiful souls.